Chelsea legend Gianfranco Zola joins us.
Gianfranco, brilliant to see you. I've got to say, we've had all the legends on this morning, proper legends, golfing legends. Now we've got a real legend on with this morning, Gianfranco. How are you, my friend?
I'm very good. Thank you for the invitation.
It's great to see you.
Nick Faldo's just sent you a message there. Thank you very much, Ali. What
He's not coming back on.
He just gave you a bit of...
I can say what I like because I know he's not coming back on.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very
lovely.
Good.
Are you enjoying it?
Really looking forward to see what is happening here. He looks.
You love your golf, don't you? You like your golf?
I am crazy about it.
Yeah.
I think the poor Gianluca Vialli many years ago in '97, he took me to hit few balls. We were coming back from training, and he said, "Oh, look, do you mind if we stop half an hour to hit few balls? I'm a little bit nervous, so maybe you can try." I should have never done that.
Shevchenko loved his golf as well, didn't he? Shevchenko.
Yeah. Gianfranco, tell me, because you and I were having a discussion there just before we came on. The course, everybody is delighted with the course, singing its praises. Not the longest course, the rough, can be very, very dangerous. But you were telling us 2 years ago you were a little bit concerned at the time it was kind of behind schedule, a year also. But now surely you've got to be delighted with the way things are going and looking.
No, yeah, I'm surprised about you saying that it's not the longest course than the long course.
For us it is.
For me, it's humongous. I played the course in the last 2 years few times, and I saw it growing incredibly. 2 years ago, I thought it was so far away from where it should be. But then 1 year ago was a little bit better, and 6 months ago when I played the Pro-Am, the Italian Open, I thought it was amazing. I said, this is not the same course I played before. It
looks fantastic, there's no doubt. And of course a lot of nice hills for people to get good views of the course as well. They're loving it out there, especially with the scoreboard. Incredible, 4 up, 3 up, 3 up, 1 up as well. Now what about football, what about Chelsea? Lack of goals was a big problem. Maurizio, he said, look, I can't sprinkle magic dust just yet, give me time, but they've got a victory now, so they can maybe turn the corner and move on again.
Yeah, of course, victory, even if it's in the Carabao Cup, helps all the time. Especially, when you play Brighton, it's never an easy game. So, it's tough, and I can understand Pochettino's point of view, because obviously when you change so much, and I don't think there are any club around in the world that has changed as much as Chelsea did in the last 24 months, maybe 12 months. So it's certainly time has to be given, but of course there are some clouds, because obviously there is a lot of potential, a lot of young players, but a lot of young players with potential doesn't make a team, so they will have to work hard on this.
Gianfranco, I want to ask you, we mentioned the goal scoring kind of problem that Chelsea have.
Jackson up front,
Nicholas Jackson got his goal during the week. They've got Broja and Kunku's been injured. I want to ask you about a centre forward, a striker who I have loved watching in the last 18 months, and that's Napoli's Osimhen, right? Victor Osimhen. He looked, I've watched him closely, he looks the real deal. There's rumours of him at this moment in time not being too happy at Napoli, could potentially move on. Tell me your views on him. What do you think of him as a striker?
Well, first of all, yes, of course, I'm one of the ones that admired Osimhen last year. Last year was unbelievable. It was sometimes he was unplayable. There is a difference anyway between the Serie A and the Premier League. We saw it with Lukaku. He done unbelievable things with Inter, and then he went to Chelsea and he struggled a little bit because the type of football is different. First of all, the physicality of the defenders in the Premier League is completely different to the Italian ones. The Italians have other qualities, but physicality for them, for Osimhen and Lukaku is very important, so they struggle a little bit. Plus, I think Chelsea, since Tuchel, they had the same problem. They were lacking of scores because the way they are trying to play, obviously, they prefer to play somebody else, kind of Manchester City style. But so far it's not working, so I'm sure that they will be looking into other possibilities.
What about Manchester City then? Some team, aren't they? Beautiful the way Pep, the way he's got them playing. They never give the ball away. Unbelievable.
No, they are. Sometimes they are a joke. They are so good. They look. It looks fake. No, I mean, you have to admit that what is done with this team is quite remarkable. Pep every year finds something that makes the team better. This is what impressed me.
And they're still doing it without De Bruyne. What a player he is. Gianfranco, great player, eh?
I think he's one of the best for me around in terms of class, of vision. Something that me personally I loves in the footballers. No, I love to see those qualities, and I think without doubt for me is the best around.
Gianfranco, tell me just briefly, looking at the international scene at the moment, obviously Italy in the same section as England. Gareth's team are doing exceptionally well. Is this one of the best English sides you've seen a national team in a long time? Because we feel it is.
Ali, I said this a few years ago, before all of this started to happen, for them. And Alan Shearer said, "Are you crazy?" Yeah. I said, "No, I see a lot of talent in the team. I see a lot of players coming out, getting better and better. So, no, they've got everything. But you know better than me that to become a winner is not only about ability. There are also other things that they need to put in place.
Yeah.
But ability-wise, they can compete with anyone in the world."
Gianfranco, we're in Rome. How is Josie doing with Roma? Are the fans taking to Josie or not?
Well, last night it was bad. It was very bad, to be honest. I checked this morning the result. I didn't see the game. I checked it this morning, and obviously it's not a great moment for Jose. But he knows how to deal with this. The point to Roma is that, anyway, if you analyze, in the last 2 years, there's only one team in Italy that has had full house all the time, and it's Roma. Yeah. So, I mean, if you analyze the situation generally, you cannot say anything about that because he's doing what he's doing. It must mean the supporters that they love him and they like him. Yeah. Obviously, now the expectations this year are bigger with the players that they brought in. So, I'll see what happens.
Gianfranco, how about the quality right now in Serie A? And the reason I'm asking is because I think it looks as though it's heading back in the right direction. A couple of teams in the Champions League semi-finals last year. Napoli had a fantastic run. Obviously, Juventus strong. Roma winning the Europa and things like that. Is it coming back to the strength it once was?
It's getting better. Good. Ali, a good point, Jos. It's getting better not only for what you said, but also because there are years ago there were the big teams that they tried to play football. Not all of them, but many they were trying to play football, and then from the middle to the bottom, nobody was interested in play football. They just didn't want to lose. Now you see small teams, medium teams that are trying to play football, and this is making it more interesting. You see games more spectacular to watch, and so I think we are in a moment in which we are getting better.
Gianfranco, one last one with Chelsea. It's going to be difficult breaking into top 6, top 5 because look at Brighton, De Zerbi. Unbelievable. Aston Villa a lot better. Newcastle a lot better. Yeah. And Manchester United will get stronger, so it's going to be very difficult for Chelsea top 6.
No, absolutely. I think you are experienced what we experienced in the late 90s in Italy when we had 7 teams that they could win the league. They used to call them the Seven Sisters. Yeah. You have something similar. You have teams that they are. You mentioned Brighton. De Zerbi for me is one of the best coaches. No, I didn't say it now.
I didn't know him before.
No, I knew him. I knew how he coached the team. I knew before when he was coaching a team in Serie C in Italy, and I watched his training sessions and I love them. Yeah. So it's very, very good. But not only Brighton, as you said, there is Arsenal is playing fantastic. Tottenham is getting better.
Liverpool strong again.
Liverpool is back to his best.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.